Alrighty. Back to it, man. I know what it is when you see this gear right here. Live from the fever. Alright. Come on. Before we jump it out, I want to say this. I forgot to say it in my screw video. You know, Screw used to wear that half moon part in his head, right? One his signature cuts. Or one of the ones he used to always rock. You know that nigga birthday, on his birthday was a half moon? Oh. I mean, it rained like a motherfucker yesterday. After I broke the only Seattle thing down. I hope this shit is educational as well as interesting and entertaining. You know, I have to feel like I'm doing this shit for nothing. But sometimes the whole concept of this shit feels kind of weird. But I digress. Now, alright, we're right here. So we left off somewhere around here. We'll start right here with my boy, old Marv, the letter man. Let me make sure. I know the show is something I'm going to bring up. I don't know if it's after this, before these notes. Notes kind of everywhere. I'm gonna go back and watch this. So let me go back here. It must be over here. Oh, that we right here. So, the man, Omar, we'll go back to when he was dancing in the parking lot. He said dancing, is pretty much his thing. Everything else is bullshit. He said, I dance in my job, they tell me stop. But do I stop? No, because I'm a dancer. Now, that goes back to in India what they call the Maaaaaarvin, as well as you go get a book called Kundalini Rising. But Maaaaaarvin is like the sacred dance of Shiva. I'm gonna have my favorite. Hold on a second. Yeah. Well, that's getting good. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to write this down right now. I'm like, no, you niggas in the building. When I flip this up, excuse me. They make popcorn. Should have fell out the sky. I don't know if we're gonna get to it tonight. But if we do, I'll tell you what really just what really just came to me. Well, it kind of came to me a couple weeks ago, but I'm a little bit clearer this time. I really got it. We'll get to that. Well, yo. Now, this is a Marv Gomez. He represents kind of blend this back in with the thing with Screw. You'll see my leader in the burning ship, the ringhorn. The burning ship. See the not Elijah, right? Okay. We'll do a little Screw in the building. We're gonna do a little blending. When you go back and freeze all that. I almost was so sick I didn't do this tonight. I'm gonna put it out. I'm glad I did. Oh, yeah. At least anyway. Let me shut up. But man, the Nada Rider was the sacred dance of Shiva on the burning ground, right? You know, Shiva is the Lord of the dance. The man came through. I got a picture of Rick James in my phone. Where should go? I got a picture of Rick James in my phone. I was looking at it earlier. I was going through my phone earlier. And, posting a lot of memes and shit. And I got to a picture of Rick James in a muscle shirt throwing up the deuce. I almost posted it. Nah. I don't know. I like to put thought into the shit I do. I didn't really know what I wanted to say when I posted it. So, but this was premeditated. It was in the moment. My memory going back to the Lord of the Dance. It takes me back to She's All That, where your man, I forgot the boy. Your man was dancing to went to the party. He was dancing all crazy. And somebody called him the Lord of the Dance or something like that. We call him the Lord of the Dance. That's what this nigga, this what he would be in this movie, the Lord of the Dance, doing the Nada Raja. Yeah. And basically, I probably said this already before. Let me just wipe my damn hands. Basically, the Nada Raja is basically everything I've been showing you with the creation of Earth. That's all it is. The generator operator. See from there, we call it a generator operated destroyer. Building destroyed. And any of it is the generator, preserver, and destroyer. And in a nation of God and Earth, we call it building and destroying. And then, of course, you have your middle point or whatnot, where you building positive, negative, building, destroying, adding, and subtracting. That's how the universe is preserved, which, like I said in India, this generation preservation and destroying, not total destruction. You got to, but it's just like if you build a wooden house, you'd have to take a tree and destroy it, or chop it into pieces. Destroy just means to disassemble. You'd have to chop it up, disassemble it, or disassemble a different amount of trees and use that wood to build the house. The Maaaaaarvin, and if you go get a book called, I'm sure I lost that shit. I gotta get that book again too. You get a book called Kundalini Rising, and it'll tell you how your physical body is a universe itself. So just like the Maaaaaarvin is this, it's the stillness right here. But just like the Maaaaaarvin would be the earth dancing itself into creation, or the universe dancing itself into creation. In that book, Kundalini Rising, it speaks on how that's an excellent book too, but it speaks on how in those words, it speaks about the sacred dance, and it speaks on it in regards to your body dancing itself into fruition within the womb of the mother. That's why I was telling y'all in other videos about the dancing thing. Like I say, and I wasn't trying to front on New York like they never was dancers, because let's get this clear. Dancers, what I was trying to say was, and really what I was saying about them, you could say about niggas, period, but more so them, and I think New York will attest to this when I say this, but I'm gonna give you what I was saying. You got to go through the different stages of this shit. Now, at the beginning of hip hop, everybody danced or whatever. I think the more street orientated hip hop became, and I'm not saying everybody has to dance because everybody's not a dancer. But one thing I like and find interesting is like niggas like Kane, shout out to Big Daddy Kane. He was a hard nigga, a hardcore spitter, pause, but you still see that nigga dancing though. Like that element of the game. Or shout out to my nigga Heavy D. Heavy D was matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, there's two songs that come to mind when I think back to the first time I seen a collabo between a Southern artist and a New York artist. I think the first one I ever seen was the first two artists was Pun and Heavy D and 8Ball. Now I could be wrong, but that's like the first time I seen that Southern collabo with the East Coast. Now Ghetto Boys is well respected and facing them, so it may be something I missed along the way, but that's the first thing I remember. But I brought it up because Heavy D, nigga like that, Heavy D, he kept the Big Swift on his feet, you know what I'm saying? Big boy, but he light on his feet, like my boy Danny here, that boy was a dancer. But from what I've seen, the more and more it became about hip hop became more street. It comes from the street, but the more it became more about gangster, being hard, and we ain't smiling and shit, as opposed to like Kid and Place, more of a party vibe type shit. The more it got, the more hardcore it became, the less you see the actual MCs dancing. Because originally MC would dance as well, or the rapper would dance too. Then it got to a point to where dancing was like, niggas start looking at the dancers like, the dancers start getting looked at like, like they were soft or something or whatever. And it's just the way I perceive this shit as it progressed or whatnot. But when I was, I probably should have said this in the video, but to be more particular about it, when I say I'm making a comparison between the East Coast and the down South and West Coast as well, but West Coast, Cuban, them, they got on their dancers don't dance, we boogie shit, you know what I'm saying? But overall, dancing is in our nature, so nobody never really just stopped dancing altogether. Because everybody partied, everybody was in the club, and everybody shook their groove thing for the. I guess what I'm trying to say in so many words is the hardcore niggas, or the niggas who, if you was even. A lot of niggas, it got to a point to where we got a lot, we just say not all, but a lot of niggas, not even all street niggas. It got to a point to where a considerable amount of us would just say, felt like we was just too hard to dance. Now me, I never really looked at it like I was too hard to dance. Cause like I say, growing up, I grew up on Hammer, and when I was a kid, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all that shit. That's what it was. We were dancing. And then, when I started getting more into the street shit, the gangster shit and all that, you kind of, it became more of a play the wall thing. So I can kind of, I'm pointing fingers, but you point back at me. But, which is why I can really say that, because I'm a product of the fucking culture. So that's why I can say, niggas kind of, a lot of niggas kind of fell back from the dance, and we started feeling like it was too cool or too hard. And you see the nigga doing this shit, and you be like, this nigga must be some these old soft ass niggas over there. You know what I'm saying? And then you hear New York niggas, street niggas, like. I personally heard street niggas like, fuck the dancers, niggas that was in the streets was starting to look at rappers like they was soft. Oh, you gonna rap ass niggas. That's why you hear niggas like Pun like, nigga, I ain't no rapper. You be like, well, that's take it to the East. But you will hear niggas from the East Coast say, I ain't no rapper, nigga. If you don't know no better, I always did, but if you didn't know no better, because I felt I knew what the nigga was saying, but I'm the same kind of niggas like, I'm a rapper. Because you were looking at me like, well, how you gonna say you're not a rapper, but you rapping? And then you might do another song where you tell me I'm the best rapper, but then you say I ain't a rapper. It's kind of like, see, it's a thing. When niggas say I ain't a rapper, what niggas basically really trying to say is I rap, but don't mistake me just like this is just some straight on, like I'm just an unwaxed nigga. Like, if you, I'm a studio, like, so many words, I'm not a studio gangster or a studio rapper. Because niggas, it got to a point where the street niggas, that's why a lot of, you hear a lot of stories, like on the East Coast, rap niggas was getting extorted and shit. Because the street niggas was looking at these niggas like, these niggas entertaining ass niggas. We in the streets doing it, whoop, and wham, and whatever. So even the rappers was getting, but, so if the rappers was getting looked at like food and shit, dancers and shit, then probably you start seeing all that shit right there. All that old dancing, doing the wop and all that shit. Niggas, hold on, we might have to tone this shit down. These niggas, this shit is sweet. But, I'm on that time, okay. So, but anyway, now I never became anti-dance, like nigga, fuck dancing, woo woo. But I could tell you what I noticed when I started, becoming more of a street guy. That dancing shit went to the back because I was more so going with the culture. When dancing played out, they get into some gangster hard shit. That's what I went into. So, whether consciously or subconsciously. But, at the same time, if I'm at a party or I'm in some type of function, and that I ain't the type of nigga that'll see a girl dancing and then pull up on her. That's some rare occasion. But it be times where a chick could come bag it up on me. Now, if a chick if I'm chilling, I might just be chilling, but if a chick feeling me like that in the club or whatever, and she come bag up on me and start dancing, then okay, that's the invitation. And I'm gonna grab her waist, or because at the same time you have to look at this element too. Even when I was telling y'all about how niggas be like out here, you will get confused. Put it like this, I don't want to make in my era, we come with, see, not so much right now. But in the 90s, going into the 2000s, like I said, you had the 69 boys. I cite them because they was major. You might not hear too much about them. The 69 boys was the shit. 69 boys, tag team, whoop, there it is, See, now they take that, like, you hear something like, whoop, there it is, and fucking mustard commercials and shit. It makes you know. I be saying, on one hand, it's good because it's like, okay, it's more mainstream, and you think that the mainstream world taking it more serious, whatever. And you can eat off the shit if you own your own publishing. So if the 69 boys own the shit, then hey, they might find themselves in a spot where fucking Heinz come up on and they're like, well, I don't really want to see my shit no Heinz commercial, but these bills piling up, man. Fuck it, whatever. But it comes with a sacrifice because really, it makes when you take somebody that wasn't born in that era, and when you take somebody that wasn't born in that era, and they introduction to whoop, there it is a fucking hamburger commercial or some shit, just on the strength that it's on a commercial, for whatever reason, it makes you not take the shit serious. I'm conscious of it, so I can, like, for example, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm a different type of nigga. I think it's Gwen Stefani got a song called Love Me, say that you love. That shit there. Love that song. But I think the first time I heard the shit, or what introduced me to it, was a Burger King commercial. Now this was at a time when you couldn't just pick up the phone and get on YouTube and find a song. So, I wasn't in the pop stations and shit back then. It was just straight up R&B and hip hop radio station, whatever. But so when that commercial was out and it was playing, I would like the song when I heard it, but I never went in pursuit with it. I could, you didn't have the means to, but I didn't, because like I said, we didn't have YouTube and Google and all that shit. But at the same time, I never really, thought about trying to find out who sung that or where that came from, whatever. I think I knew Gwen Stefani sung it, but it was no way that I never really, we so stuck in the hip hop and R&B world, I wasn't necessarily going on my way to go find it, buy the album and all that shit, or get the single or whatever. But I like the song or whatever. But that's me because I'm a music person. I know how to differentiate shit. But at the same time, I understand a part of it was another part of me too that understands that it's easy for you to not take a goddamn song serious. If you and that's not always the case. It's kind of hard to say because I don't want people to think I'm saying your song shouldn't be in no fucking commercials and shit. So maybe I should say to people who may come and bump into a song for the first time through a commercial, don't let the fact that it's in a commercial keep you from taking it serious. Because commercials do that. I mean, maybe that's just for me, because we come from an era where you had songs that were like big name songs in commercials, but for the most part, a lot of the times commercial songs were like jingles and shit. They were made up. Watch 2.5 Men with Charlie Sheen. You know, when he was doing writing the jingles for the. See, more so, it seems like now more so. It seems like now more so. They just gonna get a song that's hot, or they pick a song from the golden oldies or some shit, which is all good too. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why I say I'm not knocking it. Because sometimes commercials, a commercial might pick a song that I done forgot about it. I probably ain't thought about the song in years, and then they fuck around and a goddamn shit. I don't know. You know, some kind of commercial come on with the song in. I mean, goddamn, I ain't heard that shit in a minute, but it'll be playing in a fucking car commercial or something, or whatever. So, and then that'll remind me of the songs that I go back, put the shit on my playlist, whatever. So I'm not saying it serves a purpose, but even the era we come from, we used to call crossover, that's a commercial ass nigga. Once we seen a nigga was just, once we felt like a nigga was compromising the culture for financial gain, or we felt like you was only doing this for money, we would call you commercial. They don't even hear that no more. We like, you commercial ass nigga, and it's still a thing, but it's kind of like Bobby Hemming said. We probably ain't. I mean, I haven't get to this goddamn movie, but it's like Bobby said. He was saying how that nigga said He said once upon a time, Uncle Tom nigga was like a sore thumb. He stuck out like a sore thumb, or it'd be like, you know, all the niggas would be like, I don't fuck right there. He's Uncle Tom or whatever. He say now, Uncle Tom is the fucking race. In so many words, I understood exactly what he was saying, because it's like now a lot of this. Pretty much the way motherfuckers thrive within the music industry today, as far as we're talking about hip hop, basically talking about hip hop, because we was the one pretty much. You never really seen R&B niggas like, oh, or you know, calling each other sellouts and shit. You know, with rap, we was more so a little bit more strict with where we felt the culture should be represented or the way it should be represented. And if we feel like if you was compromising the integrity of the culture, we'd be like, oh, yeah, this nigga, you just doing it for the money. Or you was a sellout because you don't do this shit for commercial gain. It's certain looks. It's gonna be certain shit. You be like, man, that ain't hip hop, bro. Now, them same looks that would get you ostracized, at least in one element of our culture, or the street culture, the underground culture. That's what it is now. Toyota commercials and Revlon, a lot of shit y'all niggas do now. We looked at it and be like, come on, man, they do people, and it's not necessarily, even though I was one of them guys, I guess you can credit it to growth or whatever, or expanding my horizon. As my girl left, I would say, but I wouldn't necessarily say, you know, I would go as far as to say, on one hand, I get it, because where we was coming from, we knew the corporations that was using we understood that it's, cause we, like I said, we was around when nobody was fucking with hip hop. Well, I'm a little younger, but I still count myself amongst that because I was raised by them. I came under those guys who was upholding the integrity of the culture. So I, with my those invisible rules and understood them. And we understood that, you know, it's just like it's just like being that person who when you was broke, you know, the girls didn't like you. Then you come up, start getting a little bit of money, or girls too, or the ugly duckling, the girl who everybody was like, that's why I never slept on them. Like, even girls, like when I was in middle school and shit, even girls niggas didn't pay attention to, I be like, that motherfucker, that's gonna be a bad motherfucker, boy. That girl with the little skinny girl with the glasses and the booty age just out there getting the titties, little purple. Niggas, you know, she might got a little acne or something, or, you know, but all the other girls got their attention, so I was that nigga like, and I ain't got the attention of the quote unquote bad bitches too, or whatever. So it ain't no, well, I just gotta pick what I can get. No, it wasn't no shit like that. Cause I've been a ladies, the suave devil now type of nigga. But I wasn't one of them niggas that's like, yeah, I can get it. I ain't paying no attention to her. She ain't as hot as these other girls. I mean, I'm almost like I'm like an equal opportunist kind of. Now I don't fuck just no anything. I got preference too, just like anybody else. But it's a lot of. I've seen a lot of them. I was prophetic when it came to looking at them girls when nobody paying attention to me. Like, you know what? They ain't peeping her. See, I'm a guy. I study women. And I was the nigga like, that motherfucker, that gonna be fire. That's like my chick I with before I got locked up. You know, swim, glasses and shit. All that, I say, man, that motherfucker, that gonna be bad, boy, watch. Now I was on her. Didn't get to middle school, high school, we met back up, and just like I said, the motherfucker to this day is fire. Just like my fork, like the girl before her. Same thing. But I seen it with her. When that summer we started talking, she started kind of perking up. And then I remember we was walking down the street one day, them niggas, I ain't gonna put her name out there, but what's up, girl? They wouldn't disrespect, they already knew her. And they was just speaking as they usually would. But I could tell them niggas was looking like, yeah, motherfucker, she coming up. So yeah. Anyway, hip hop was like that. So that's how we looked at it. It was like, we know y'all wasn't fucking with us until you start seeing that this shit generate money. Y'all used to look down on us or whatever. Just like a lot of these motherfuckers y'all pairing up and partnering up with now and doing commercials for and songs and shit. A lot of these motherfuckers was around back then and didn't take the Grammys and shit. Niggas had to boycott the Grammys just because they didn't fuck with us like that. So, shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I think Will Smith was the first one he boycotted. He was like, man, they don't fuck with us. So all this shit, so we knew they wasn't fucking with us from a genuine place. It was for commercial gains. Just like, but it's stuff with us on the other hand, niggas being so happy just to be in business with a corporation. Niggas doing this shit for the financial gain too, but then we felt like it was a badge of honor. It's like, yeah, I call a McDonald's commercial or whatever the fuck. And they was just like, man, we just trying to, we know this is new shit that's popping. We want to use this shit to make some money and bring people in. Commercial shit. So, how the fuck did I get there? I don't know. But, so let's just do the best thing to do, which is go back to, I remember, the dancing shit. So, we trace back with commercials. That's why we would call niggas, commercial niggas or you shit is commercial. But now, that's just the name of the game now. And I guess that's what it is. And shit, you know, we can call it commercial if he's stuck in that, or we can look at it like, well, you know, people feeding their families, or whatever. However you want to look at it. Depends on how you do your thing, but I said like to say to bring back to the dancing. I'm just trying to show you how down niggas out here in the 90s going into like the 2000s when the Tootsie Roll and all that shit was popping. You had niggas was like, I know niggas out here, not it wasn't a, let me, first and foremost, you ain't see wasn't no thorough street niggas finna get too crazy with the dance and shit. We a dance though, don't get me wrong. But still, even when, you know, ain't nothing wrong with dancing and grinding and shit. But like I said, I done seen niggas, my inner street niggas was like, this nigga tripping, you know what I'm saying? You know, I just see niggas twerking. Straight niggas, we ain't talking about no gay, I'm talking about straight niggas. That nigga be like, hey, boy, going a little too far. But, now I gotta, same time, I gotta rescue him too. Because this niggas, this is the thing too. I don't know about up there on the West Coast, but I give you a perfect example of the type of shit I be on, or of a girl. Now, we might be hard cool against the wall and shit. Now, but if a fucking girl can get up on me and start, I'm gonna get up and get on her. I ain't gonna be sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna get off me. I'm too hard. No, now that's the bullshit. That's where that natural nigga shit come out. Now, I might be chilling and doing my thing, but if a girl walk up to me and just starts twerking on me, then I have to unfold my arms and roll up her waist and do the damn thing with her. You better go look at Pop in the California Love video. The white beat on. Do some shit like that. Man, that's pretty cool. I done seen niggas, you know, I'm not gonna do it. You closer you gonna get to me, you want to see that part, you gotta get me in that bed. That's what I'm saying. That's the dance. Let me go put my rope on so that we really can dance. You know what I'm saying? Now, ultimately, we all dance because when you get in that bed, you're supposed to be doing that, humping your back and lifting your rump. And not really, I'm talking about dancing, but when you in that bed, which goes back to the dance scene. Well, I said I gotta save them niggas. Cause niggas they got a way out. It ain't no some niggas you got basically some of the words niggas was doing that shit because they knew the girls was looking at it like the girls was looking at it like the way you flex on the floor is kind of a reflection of how you are in the bed. So that's why the niggas will just be, they'll get the, you'll be looking like, this nigga look gay, the motherfucker. He look kind of fruity tooty, but in all right, but he wouldn't be gay. All my niggas, we, you know, from the streets and shit, black niggas and shit. But I had one partner, that boy kind of, then he really gay though. That nigga was like, I had to, we get on his ass, but you have to respect the nigga because he didn't give a fuck. And that's kind of the name of the game. He confident in himself, so he be like, man, you tripping, bro? Ooh, man, fuck y'all niggas, man. I'm on the holes. That's his thing. But the guys you would see who were taking what we would call too far was basically trying to, that was the mate, just like in nature with animals and shit. That's like a mating dance. So you sitting there looking like, man, this nigga look like a fruit boy. This shit look kind of the fruit booty paw. But if you have a sense of a deeper understanding, you know No, this nigga's doing his little mating dance. Each his own, however you get your rocks off, Billy. but I can do it without that. If you want, I'm like a video game. You want that level? You don't have to get me on that flat mat on that bed or something. But then we can. I'll show you. I'll show you what my rhythm game like. But you know, some say I'm damn good. You know, this is a matter of opinion. But the nigga, I did a whole fucking episode of this shit. Like 20 minutes later, let me have it go. But I said I like to say, that's the, you get it, cause you know the nigga ain't. And like I say, my this is not my the niggas the niggas that I raised up off the porch with from the block. Like when I first started, you know, getting the street shit. It's different when I moved and I started kicking with other group of cats. They were cool too, but they was as bone hard as the niggas that I came up with or whatever. This is that group. I'm not saying that they was pussy or shit like that, but I'm just saying niggas wasn't just it was a difference or whatever. But this was over there. But the niggas I came up, I'm saying I'll show you the difference. The niggas I came up with is more so. They dance too. Because them niggas is only niggas I ever heard of get into a bar fight is them niggas. Like I remember just came back, you know, I had to go to school once I was admitted. The next day like, damn nigga, we fucked around. We was adventurous niggas. We had a little bar over there by the hood and shit. You know, regular white people bar shit. Niggas went there on their troublemaker shit. A lot of niggas was mischievous. And I was the cool guy. I was the laid back nigga. My niggas, them was the fucking wild banshees. You know what the fuck was going on with these niggas. They had a bar fight though. And I ain't never heard. You ever heard some niggas in a bar fight? Straight up OK Corral style type shit. But yeah, I'm carrying on, man. But what I'm trying to say is, so I can kind of link this some of the fucking movie in on this one. Going into the mid '90s, going into the 2000s or whatever, you know, groups like 69 Boys and I bet, you know, with the Tootsie Roll, you see them. You go look at some of their old videos, you'll see them niggas, you know, doing a butterfly and doing some Turkish type shit. But it didn't look, when you see them, you wouldn't look at them and be like, them niggas gay or no shit like that. It's just a man dancing or whatever on the girls and shit. So you can't knock a nigga, you know, knock a nigga hustle on that note. But you wouldn't. But if niggas say I had some cousins on the East Coast and they came down here and I took them to the club via 9495 where we was doing like house parties. I was too young to get a club, like house parties and teen clubs. You know, they wouldn't understand it because they up north. They'll probably see a lot of shit like, man, some of these niggas, bro, son, you see something on him? No, that nigga ain't gay, bro. He just a dancer. You know, what I'm trying to say, we kept that type of dancing is required though, because when you go to Africa, I bet you go to Africa. Let me just not taking it to Africa. You know, now we got the thing where we was more than just Africa. Everybody was in Africa. I think we were everywhere because this shit was all connected at once. The ground zero was where the Great Pyramids were there. So everybody's soul, it was bodies all over the planet waiting to be ensouled. When all them souls came out of the center of the earth, they got some shit called I'll take that later. But all them souls came out of the middle of the earth and found the body they was supposed to be in and landed in them bodies. So you had niggas at either end over here. So ground zero for the soul to be the center of the earth. I think when everything popped up and came to life, we were all over the planet. But that form of dancing, the gyrating of the hips and the pelvic thrusting and all that shit that we started looking at and saying that was soft and weak, is actually Kundalini activation and invalid, spiritually speaking, despite how hard and gangster we became. So when I tell you that the South was still doing it, when up north you probably get your fucking boots smoked, nigga knock you out your shit you see a nigga do down here, and pretty much nobody would really bat an eye at. If you tried that shit up north, East Coast, you probably gonna get robbed or beat up right there. Just real shit. And I didn't get to finish telling the story the other day, but my partner when he went up there, I got caught up in talking about the iron and shit when nigga Greg, but that nigga went up there with his starch and iron jeans on. Cause he got people up there. That nigga said when he got up there, he put them hoes on. And nigga said his cousin looked at him and said, "Take that shit out, bro." Well, nigga, that's how we do it. Like, take that shit off. Nigga, we knew. Niggas gonna look at you crazy. This is New York, son. We gonna beat you. I know at this time, I'm so ensconced in New York hip hop, I know them niggas style. And I was like, yeah, he told you right. Cause for one, them niggas is biased to anything that ain't New York. Two, that shit gonna look weird to them. You walk through this bitch with some pants that look like choppers. Down here we was doing it. That's our shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking it. Me as well. That's our shit. I do this shit to this day, even though it ain't even the style no more. There should be all the more reason to do it. But up there, I know them niggas. So yeah, them niggas will beat you up, bro. You come through that, you know, because we all, and it's just the human nature of niggas. Every time something different comes around, we do not accept it. We attack. Or all of them, even us. That's just, niggas fear what they don't understand, hate what they can't conquer. So, but all the while the dancing, that's sacred dance right there. We gyrated our way into existence while we was in our mother's womb, at least gyrated our physical bodies into existence. And that's the point I be trying to make when I say when you niggas started frowning on dancers and probably was robbing them niggas and beating them up, and you know, cause think about it, why you think nobody why niggas stopped having background dancers and shit? Rappers used to have that. Heavy D had dancers. Well, for one, we know once the shit became commercialized, dealing with money, okay, we'll pay a rapper, fuck them dancers. That's how these industry people think. They don't give a fuck about your little culture. They just trying to make some money. So yeah, started off like that. Everybody got dancers. But more and more shit became more about money. Hey, buddy, those groovy lyrics you kicking, I like that. We can't afford to keep paying those guys over there, you know, them goddamn funny haircuts. You know what I'm saying? This is how the motherfuckers look at us. But you niggas be thinking these motherfuckers just, they all alone. These motherfuckers just be wanting a buck. So that's one thing. And then it probably became unpopular the more and more we got into the goddamn ice grill era and shit. I'm players for ice grills and shit. So, you know, that's why you don't see niggas dancing like that no more. Everybody, once we went to the hard era, niggas wasn't no more background dancers and shit. There was a bunch of niggas in the background doing this shit. Yeah, nigga, we'll kill you. He's the rapper. We'll kill you though. You know, and all that old shit. So, you know, we kind of lost that. We was keeping it alive down here though. When that shit started, we was still on it. Even to this day, they work, don't stop. You see motherfuckers dancing that shit, boy. Man, I'm telling you, bro, you have to, and I'm a street nigga, but especially when I came home, man, I just, even the shit, even though I'm not, you know, like growing up, I was, like I said, kid, probably smoke your booth with some dancing shit. You know, like I said, I got caught with street shit too. I came home and all that goddamn stanky leg and flex. You see motherfucker that shit. You see, even you know, then when you just to, I love just being in the club and watching niggas work that, hitting that shit. Be like, hit that shit, boy. Like, yeah, that shit be looking thrown. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might not do it, but yeah, come on, man. But you won't see them niggas. You go to these, you might, niggas still gonna do their thing. You gotta dance to music, but these niggas down here, I'm talking about with the hit some shit. Doing that shit, yeah. And that's why I love being from the South, man. I wouldn't have it no other way. Houston in particular, but let me get on to some shit, man. I ain't gonna have number 10 minutes for the fucking movie. But anyway, so we said dancing and everything else, boy. So in so many words, in the nutshell, this goes back to purpose. We all gotta find a way to eat. We all gotta eat. Put clothes on our back and shit. So whatever you do to do that is one thing. And if you can, that's why people try to become rappers and R&B singers and dancers and entertainers, whatever. Because some people are that. Some people are the artists. So if you can make money being what you are, you can be what you are and make money like him. He worked at a fucking clothes store or whatever. But I guarantee you, if he was a fucking dancer from where he was making enough money off this shit to live, it'd be the best of both worlds. Making money and doing what he is. Because that's what we are. Like me, I am an MC. I'm a rapper. I am music. I make music and I am music. Everybody doesn't make music. Some people like music, but that ain't their cup of tea as far as making it. So to him, dancing is to him what rapping would be to me, or music would be to me. I would prefer to make a living off of something I love doing, as opposed to having to. And sometimes you have to do stuff that just regular job shit, regular work shit, till you get to that. But doing that is the goal because it comes natural. It's in the heart. It's really what you want to do. Flipping some fucking burgers may not be your. If being a goddamn dishwasher is your fucking passion and you got a passion for it, then so be it. But that ain't everybody. It's you do, but for somebody that has another passion or basketball player or whatever it may be, whatever you're doing is just something you're doing to get by for us making a buck until you can, or even if you don't do what you love to make money, even if you do it just for free, or just do it to be doing it, because that's part of it too. Because if it's really you, even if you can't make that's like me. Even if I can't make a buck off of music, I would still make music for the sake of making music and would like my shit heard and just, but you would always find some kind of way to finesse some money out of making music and shit. Don't let nobody fool you, even though the music industry got fucked up. That's why I said in the other video that I just did on the Paris Burner thing, that's why I was not necessarily trying to sign with a lecturer or some shit, but I know I have enough gift of gab and wherewithal to at least establish some type of relationship with some, get the attention of somebody where I can make a move, even if it's not necessarily some type of major fucking deal move or some shit like that. Just to get a little notoriety. Once you get the notoriety, basically I was trying to get a little notoriety and see what I could do with that. Not get my ass up to get a fucking Bugatti or some shit. But that's what he was trying to say. He said everything else is bullshit because he's a dancer. So what he's basically saying is, yeah, I work at the coat shop, but then I'm not the coat shop guy. I'm a dancer. Okay, so I ain't go back over a lot of shit. 'Cause I think I'm gonna do an overview after I finish the breakdown. I think I'm gonna come back and do an overview. I want to, but I'm gonna try to I'm trying to do something special for that if I can. Try to make that a little bit different. Have a little more fun with this shit. But for right now, we just go like this. But anyway, so he said, only when I'm dancing do I feel free. Only when I'm dancing, I know I'm alive. I know who I am. That's what I'm saying. He said he's an answer. You know, that's when he all the other shit's like, yeah, I'm just getting by. But he feels he's himself, or he feels alive. When the other shit, you just doing it just like a robot. Just trying to get by. You doing this shit, it brings joy to your heart. It enlivens you. It makes you feel alive. So anyway, that's Marv, your boy, your man, Marv Goldman. Key figure of the movie too. Don't let nobody fool you. He gets a little more than him in a minute, but now when old Jeff or Tony, even that nigga name, see this is how you know they be on point with their shit. This nigga named Jeff Goldblum, the blooming of the gold, the gold bloom. When the gold comes through the center and blooms into the spear, into the flanks of the spear, like this here, Jeff Goldblum, the fly. But when he was talking to Susan about what he was doing before the club thing, when he say shut everything, when he packed everything up and and pursued the club thing, he said he told himself it's a wave of nightlife. Was fall. Somebody told him it was a wave of nightlife coming your way, and you're gonna ride the crest. Now watch this. 10,003, baby. Full West. Living test. The vest. It is. What they got there? Yeah, there you go. Work don't stop. Work don't stop. I'm about to go to the fucking club right now. Shit. Okay. Now, there's two ways you can look at that. Riding the crest. When this becomes, when all these go up and this becomes the moon, the crescent moon, the gold or the sun will be on top of the crest, the crescent moon, riding the crest, right? That's one. You will see it better with this because you can see the crescent moon, crescent moon even better when nightlife. Remember he says nightlife. So when even your boy Mad Max, Knox, that's what his name meant. The night. Knox means night. There's just a little blending in there. But when all that goes up, this is the night. The night means darkness. When it goes up into the darkness and brings on the night, that's the nightlife, riding the crest. Then you have this when the moon blows off the top of the earth as it travels towards its orbit. That's the crest. The sun is riding it. All that light hitting that hitting the moon and reflecting back down as if it's riding the moon, riding the crescent moon. When the sun, the moon reflects the light of the sun. So the sun uses the moon as a 59, right? The sun uses the moon as a vehicle to carry its light through the night or whatever. Because remember, the sun, the minimal light of the sun, because on one hand you hear people say the moon has no light of its own, but that's not true, because the moon, when all this was going up, that light that was hitting the flanks, when that water was evaporating up, particles of that light went up. That's the wafting of the wine, or the wine. Jesus turning water into wine. This is wine, beer. Because when all this went up and that light hit and this was filled up with light, the spirit was filled up with light. All that mist coming from the water evaporating out of the melanin had particles of gold light in it as well. So it looked like Cabernet. You hear it's a wine called Cabernet. Cabernet has a gold look to it. It's a wine. That's water to wine. This is the turning water into wine. The water turns into wine when the gold and wine colored light. Because Cabernet is a wine, but then you got was it a D? I had to find it, but it pertains to sparkling light. Cabernet. When the water and the light mix, giving it that wineish color, that Moscato look, that's the water turning into wine. But those are the particles of light. So when all this goes up and it freezes, that particle of light freezing it too. But it's not enough to shine the way you see the moon shine at night. The moon shines the way you see it at night is because it's reflecting the light of the sun, although the sun is beneath the earth, or the sun is set at that point or whatever. So he's manifesting the sun. That's why it's called, well, we'll say that, but that's why it's called yellow and black, because he's that's representing his hood. You might find me to pull up the yellow and black. That's what this what it's pertaining to. But he's playing the sun, or aspect of the sun or whatnot. Like I talked about that, the drugs. When Jackie put him on them, put your boy Dave on thing, whatever it was, whatever the pills was, loosen them up or whatever. The rings, you gonna see. All the other girls had chains, so he had no more chains for Susan, so he had to give her the ring. You can look at it two ways. This is the neck. Oh shit! The pillar coming out of this being the neck. That's why when you go to Egypt, you got what you call the necking, the neck hen, and then these rings around it would be the chain. Or you could look at the rings as the rings, or the ring. These would be the chains around the neck, and then the center point right here would be the ring, the Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Dance. And then you're gonna see there's gonna be one scene around the same time where you're gonna see they're gonna be in the bird room, or be in the room of the club where there's birds and shit at, like stuffed animals and birds. There's gonna be one scene where you look, the way the camera gonna be angled is gonna be looking like the parrot is on the shoulder of Jeff Goldblum. Just like the light is the bird, this is the shoulders. This would be the parrot or the light on the shoulders or whatever. Parrots are known to talk. In the beginning was the word was with God, the word is the light, bird, everything all goes together. The parrot that I told you about, the paw is a form of Osiris dealing with the phallus. So you can even look at it like the paw rot, or the lot. This would be the lot. This would be the paw or the phallus. This would be the, when I was like, this would be the lot. Remember I told you that they ripped the lot of Jesus or whatever, or ripped his clothes, or when all the light comes out, but moonwalks and shoots out, it leaves this here like it's rotten with worms in it, or the worms would be the little flecks of light, and then the rot would be the black darkness. This is the set type of energy, or whatever, or the set type of version, when everything is frozen, cold, and barren, because the light is all the light, or the major active light is outside of the sphere. So the par rot, if you turn it R into a L, the par rot, or the par, or if you turn a PAR, turn it on to an L, you have pal, pull, pole, POL, exchange the vowels in there. Or you put the I in there to be pill, the pill, round spears, the pills. So, yeah. And he's talking to Susan. Sue is the great cackler, kicking word. Shout out to Tom McHale Ford. He's that energy, the great cackler. That's why when you go buy shit like Hold Up Now, you get it with that shit, because he's of that cackler energy. The Sue, Suzanne, Sue, son, Sue is the golden goose, son, S-A-N, son, golden light, Suzanne. Shout out to Susan Douglas, she came through today. So, there, this is some about I got it written down somewhere. Yeah, I gotta get back to her. Now I hit y'all with this, and I'm gonna let you go on this one here. You go pay attention to Jackie. When the drugs start wearing out, she start coming down. I knew what that was. Yeah. You know, she was all jittered up and shit. They show you the high, when her and Dave partying and they high, and they show you the low when she coming down. When she coming down, you gonna see her when they looking in that glass. When Dave find her, when we find her, she gonna be looking through that glass like this here. They showing she looking it through the crystal glass, the same way the psyche looks through the crystal ball. She's looking through that glass. They showing you she's a psychic. Just look at the way she's looking at that glass. Plus, she's playing. This is the right. This point of the movie will be the point where all this goes up and this freezes. So she's looking through that. This is the glass. She's looking the way the sun is. The newly created sun up here could be seen as piercing down and looking through. Because remember, when this goes up, the earth goes boom, boom. She's holding the glass like swirling around, looking in it like the psychic, but she's actually playing the sun, looking through both sides of the sphere or whatever, as it's being newly created with the light up here. Y'all go check that out, man. And I'll be back next week. If not tonight, I might do a little AM thing. Who knows? I don't even make no promises though, but y'all niggas stay tuned, man. Shake your groove thing, man. Peace.